Would you like to know which natural nail services you can provide using the Light Elegance nail products? Well, then this is a must-watch video. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Selena Ryden and I am an international educator for the nail brand Light Elegance. And in this video, I would like to show you what product you can use and what services you can provide for natural nails. This is actually the third video of this #New to LE series where I go over everything you need to know to get started with Light Elegance. In the first video, we went all the way back to the beginning, talking about the brand, who is running it, who are the people behind it, my story with the brand, and a little anecdote or two. The second video, we talked about the entire system. Which product can you mix and which product can you not mix? How are the systems built and how can you use them? And for this video, we are focusing on natural nail services. But before I show you, we first need to talk a little bit more about what is natural nails, because I feel like that can sometimes be a little bit confusing. So we basically refer to natural nails typically as for a client who comes in without any product and just want an overlay. You can create an overlay using gel polish or even hard gel, but mostly those type of clients are referring to something that feels maybe a little bit more flexible and more natural. For this, we recommend using the P+ system, which is a gel polish. You can use the Jimmy Gels, which is a semi-soak-off system. If you have not watched the previous video of this series, I highly recommend that you go and do that, where I explain a little bit more in detail all the systems and how they work together. Or you can use a combination of both, so P+ and Jimmy Gel. In this video, I will show you two different techniques on how to create a natural nail service. So on one hand, we're gonna use P+ only, and on the other hand, we're gonna use a combination of P+ and Jimmy Gel. You'll get a slightly different look from these different techniques. The Jimmy Gel side is gonna look a little bit more built, still not thick. We're gonna create a very natural and thin looking nail, even though we build it up a little bit. So this is gonna provide a little bit more strength, and the client's gonna be able to wear these a little bit longer than if you were only using P+. However, some clients are still looking for that, that little bit more flatter look, almost like nail polish. And that is when we're gonna use only P+. And it has more benefits, of course, as well, because it is a super fast service. So without further ado, let me show you what these two different services would look like. Welcome back to the Light Elegance stage. You might remember this from the previous video where we divided the stage into 3 sections. On the left, we got the hard gels, aka Lexi line. In the center, we got the semi-soak-off gels, aka the Jimmy Gels, which is a soft gel that acts like a hard gel. And then on the right, we got the soak-off system or gel polishes called P+. In this video, we are going to create a natural nail service using the Jimmy Gel system and the P+ system. Now let's say hi to my model and best friend for over 30 years, Anna. As you can see, she already has quite arched nails on her own, so the difference in the two techniques won't be as obvious as if you were to do this on someone with very flat nails. On the left side of the screen, aka her right hand, we are going to do the P+ technique, and on the other hand, we will do a combination of Jimmy Gel and P+. The first thing we want to do for both services is to do the prep work. I start off by pushing down the cuticles, using the preppy bit to clean up, and then using the 180 side to shape the free edge, and then continue to buff up the rest of the nail. Now let's get back to the Ellie stage. Remember when we talked about the different base products in the previous video? If yes, then you might even remember that we can use tack as a base for the Jimmy Gels. We also talked about the fact that you don't need a base for the Jimmy Gels. However, the nails will last longer if you use tack as a base. For the P+ system, we can use either the P+ Cutie base or the tack. With tack, the nails will last longer. However, with the Cutie base, you'll be able to soak up everything, including the color, in just 7 minutes. Back to Anna and the Cutie base, and let's cure that for 60 seconds. Here you can use tack also if you want this to last longer. On the other hand, I will apply tack and cure for 30 seconds. However, this is optional and you can skip this step completely. For the P+ hand, we have already reached the color step, and this is when you apply your color or glitter, or both. Anna picked out Catch of the Day from the 2022 summer collection, and it is adorable. Apply a thin layer and cure for 30 seconds. Make sure to keep the brush flat against the nail, and don't worry if the first layer gets a little bit streaky. Rather, apply a little bit less and add more thin layers than too much at once. For the other hand, we will now move on to the Jimmy Gel, which will provide a bit more strength and longevity. We can also add a little bit more shape to the nails if they are very flat. For this set, I'll be using the clear Jimmy Gel, the soft pink, and ideal pink, just to show you the difference if you would like to use it just as it is. For the first nail, I'm using the clear Jimmy Gel, and I start with a slip layer and then continue to add a little bit more shape to the nail just by adding a small dot to the apex area. Drag it down like a little mohawk to the free edge, and then I basically just wait for it to self-level. On the next nail, I'm using the soft pink Jimmy Gel, and I'm doing the exact same thing. If you don't want to add any structure to the nail, then simply just add the slip layer and cure. And for the last one, I'm using the Ideal Pink Jimmy Gel. You can, of course, also do this with the natural Jimmy Gel, but since we will apply color on top of this, it doesn't really matter which shade you use underneath. After a 60-second cure, you can go ahead and cleanse the tacky layer off and start with the shaping. This is also completely optional. If you already got a nice shape, you can continue with the color straight on top of the tacky layer. If you want to shape it, then just use the 180 side of the file and lightly go over the cuticle area, and then make sure that you got a nice shape all over. The apex is there even though it's a short nail, but it's very, very, very tiny. As mentioned, Anna already has a nice arch to her nails, so I didn't have to apply much, but for someone with flatter nails, this technique is great to use to get that nice shape to the nail without making it look thick. Once you're happy with the shape, it is time to add 2 layers of the color and cure for 30 seconds. Okay, let's choose the top. Since our last product was the P+ on both hands, we want to finish off with the same system. Hence, the P+ top coat. Apply this over all 10 fingers. However, if you are afraid of having running into the cuticles, then just do a couple of nails at a time and flash cure in between. Just make sure that all nails have been cured for 60 seconds before you cleanse the tacky layer off. Always finish up with the Light Elegance cuticle oil and make sure that your client doesn't leave the salon without a bottle. And here is the finished result. As you can see, we got a nice natural looking style, and there's just a tiny little bit extra built up structure on the right side, aka her left hand. And there you have it. So hopefully you feel a little bit more confident when choosing the right products depending on what your client wants. And as mentioned, if you have not watched previous 2 videos in this hashtag new to LE series, then I highly recommend that you go ahead and do that right now after you have finished this one. You will get a much better understanding of the products, the system, and the brand in general. Also, don't forget that all Light Elegance products are of course human-free, nine-free, cruelty-free, gluten-free, and vegan. And we do believe that what's inside matters. Make sure to subscribe and like, and also push that little notification bell so that you do not miss out on any new hashtag new to LE videos. And while you're at it, why not take a look at the Light Elegance YouTube channel for the best nail chemistry videos on this platform. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next hashtag new to LE video. Bye!